I'm not running against Woody. I'm running for the seat. So when Woody first wanted the job, and remember, Mayor Hammond resigned, and so we looked for people who wanted to be the mayor. And we settled on Woody, and I phoned up Woody and I said, so Wood, I'd be happy to support you because you've been here a while, you know the system, you're a very likable guy. I want to make sure that you're just going to do this for the short term, and that you're going to make sure you have an open and honest process to replace your vacant council seat. And then also Dan English wants to be the council president. Are you okay with that? And he said yes to all those things. Turns out two of those things weren't really yeses, that he did want to run for re-election and that the process to appoint his replacement was not going to be open. And that really upset me. So as far as I'm concerned, let's go ahead and take that on. And also, as a caretaker, Woody's fine. But as far as being responsible and doing the things that need to be done, we need more leadership. We need someone who's going to take charge. And when I come to him and say, I have an issue with this, and you are the mayor and you need to deal with it, it needs to get done. And that'll get done when I'm the mayor. We'll make sure that the council priorities are respected and that you don't have councilmen such as myself sitting there on a council meeting and saying, I asked for this 6 months ago, where is it? A few years ago, as city councilman, I tried to get what I call an employee reimbursement program, which is where if the employee finds something that costs less, then let's reward the employee for finding that and saving the city money. And that idea didn't come from me. It came from a city employee who sat with me on my front porch and said, Dan, I got to tell you, there's a lot of money that goes wasted, because the employee will say, well, it's in the budget. Well, I could still use this, but we have money in the budget for a new one, so we'll just buy a new one. And what is the motivation for that employee not to do that? Well, personally, I mean, I would go ahead and keep using what it is I have rather than saying, well, I got money in the bank, I can buy a new one. We need to instill that in them with a reward system, and we can do that, and it's been done elsewhere, and it's been done quite successfully. Why are we using government to build high-end homes for millionaires? That's crony capitalism. That doesn't make any sense to me. I wish they would stop doing that. A friend of mine calls it the Atlas Millionaire site, not the Atlas Mill site. And it just seems like it's unnecessary. It seems like that would happen without the government help. And the result of that is that we have high-end homes here. We've attracted a lot of the wealthy who come here, who buy these homes, and they really don't contribute much. They're not, I mean, they go to the restaurants, but they don't work in the restaurants. I think urban renewal has created a lot of gentrification, and this was the goal of council 30 years ago when they created the urban renewal district was, hey, let's get the part-time rich people to come here and pay property taxes year-round and not live here, so not use the services. And I'm like, yeah, but what does that do for the people who live here? It doesn't really do much. So they've been very successful at that. They're still doing it now. There's a pit in the Atlas Mill site that they've put millions of dollars into that they will never get a dime out of. Well, I don't want to be one of those mayors who comes there because I want to do a showcase project. I'm not going to be there because I say that, you know, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy this. We're going to build this. We're going to do this. The first part of the term is just fixing things, is fixing communications and streamlining some processes. I would really like to be supportive of our small businesses, and a common complaint I get is that it's very difficult to work with the city. We need to streamline some of the permitting processes. We need to work on stuff that the city does, services for the public, and make them better. City's made great strides in things like public safety, and we have a hell of a library, and we have awesome public parks, but there's some things that do need fixing. A lot of it ties into growth. A lot of it ties into small businesses, like I said. Those all need to be done. Internally, communications needs to be improved between council and staff. City council needs to be more involved. These are all kind of behind the scenes things that I think really need a lot of attention.